Hey everyone, Rachel Goche here, out with Brenna Meisenzahl, research project scientist. So you just heard from Ian and Chris about the different stressors that asphalt shingles endure out on our aging farm. And now we're going to learn more about those environmental factors that your roof experiences. So we have a panel out here. This is meant to simulate your average everyday roof. So tell me how we built this today.
Sure. So this is an asphalt shingle panel. It is an architectural type of asphalt shingle, and underneath there is a thermocouple that is wired up underneath the shingle. So you see it right here where this white chalk square is, and that thermocouple is going to read that temperature change when we simulate that rain shower.
Yeah, so we're going to simulate a rain shower in just a minute to kind of show what your roof experiences. But we set this panel out yesterday, just feeling it. It's very hot to the touch. Tell us what all this panel has already experienced as far as temperatures go.
Yeah, so as you said, we placed it out yesterday afternoon. So it's already hit those low overnight temperatures. And it's also at this point, you said it's pretty hot right now to the touch. It's at one of the hottest points of the day. So we get both that low temperature and that high temperature. And we can see now from the screen, so that thermocouple underneath is reading the shingle temperatures. We're at about 58 degrees Celsius, which is about 136 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's pretty high.
Wow. So your roof undergoes some fluctuations on a daily basis. What are some of those extremes that it has to endure as far as temperature?
Right. So we know from our aging farm that those roofs can hit about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is getting somewhat close, but we know that it can hit those highs of 200 degrees Fahrenheit. The south side of the roof may be a little bit higher than the north side, just given where we are in the country, that sun angle. We just see more of those high temperatures on the south side. But again, those day to night fluctuations as well.
Okay, so we know that temperature has an influence, precipitation as well. So we're going to shoot this with a water hose, and our goal is to get some water on the thermocouple there so that we see a change in temperature. What do you think we're going to see once we simulate this rain shower?
Well, we know that we have seen about a 60-degree drop before when it comes to passing rain showers or cloud coverage. So we'll see what temperature we get here, but it may be around that 40 to 50 degree mark.
All right, so you're standing by with the data. I'm going to grab the water hose now, and we are going to take this and we're going to shoot our thermocouple there.
So it's reading every second, and we'll notice that it is starting to drop down. There is a little bit of a lag in the temperature change just because the shingle is so hot. But we can see a pretty sharp drop now as the temperature is coming down, and it's going to continue to lag. So it's pretty cool. So it'll take a second for those shingles to sort of cool off and actually heat back up again. But it is continuing to drop. So we see that peak at 58.5 degrees Celsius again, around 135 degrees Fahrenheit. And we see it's still dropping past like 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's continuing to go down. There is still some water on the shingles, so that's probably why. But also, again, there's that lag in the temperature change.
So is this our nosedive right here?
Yeah. So you kind of see this was our peak, and right when we started the water, it took maybe a few seconds, but we see that sharp drop right about here.
Okay.
And it is slowly decreasing that sharpness. But yeah, we're getting close to that 40 degrees Celsius mark. So maybe getting closer down to like 100 degrees.
Okay, so we see those big temperature fluctuations with temperature, with precipitation. What else can affect what your shingles experience as far as environmental conditions?
Right. So in the winter months, if there's snow, or even just daily winter temperatures are going to be different from what we see in the summer. Snow cover, also passing eclipse. We've noticed it twice here when we've had the eclipse pass over the research lab in Richburg. We have noticed a huge temperature drop because of that short change where the sun wasn't shown.
And we know cloud cover always changing day to day as well.
Yep, cloud cover, any passing thunderstorm, even just the thinnest clouds, you will notice a slight temperature difference.
So these guys really never get a break. Every day they're experiencing something different, sometimes multiple times in the same day.
Every day, all the time, they're always experiencing weathering, and it's always changing.
So we know that impacts the performance of your asphalt shingles, and that's what you guys are studying here, of course.
Right. It impacts the performance. It impacts the distresses, which is what Chris and Ian had just talked about. So all of that kind of comes from that natural weathering.
All right, a lot goes into those environmental stressors on your asphalt roof. Brenna, thanks for getting us up to speed today, and we'll send it back to you in the studio.